My name is Ava Nguyen, and I'm 31 years old, standing in the cozy living room of our family's cottage in Seattle, Washington, on April 4, 2026. The air hums with the scent of fresh coffee and the lively chatter of kin, the cedar walls adorned with family photos under a lantern's soft glow.
My heart beats like a brush painting dreams, my sketchbook a fragile ancor, my soul a furnace of pride and fury.
I'm here as the family artist for our annual spring reunion, but today it's personal. My niece, Zoe Nguyen, a 16-year-old with a bright smile and a sharp mind, is arranging vases nearby. My cousin, Kieran Nguyen, stands beside me, his eyes fierce yet strained, adjusting a garland. An hour ago my mother, Mrs. Lin Nguyen, mocked my filmmaking dreams, sneering to the crowd, "Ava's little videos are a childish fantasy." The racial sting was sharp, her glance at my casual jeans, the only Vietnamese-American woman shaping family memories, spoke louder than her words. Zoe's faltering "Aunt Ava" from the couch unanswered, and Kieran's sharp "Why her?" cut through the room's buzz like a cracked frame. They see me as an artist, unaware I'm a filmmaker with ties to Mrs. Ramsey, a media mogul who trusts my vision. In my bag, a phone with Ramsey's contact pulses like a spark, igniting my plan to hide Lynn's phone in a box of stale crackers and prove my worth, not to ruin her, but to frame our family's honor in Seattle's canvas of justice. This wound isn't fresh, it's etched deep in Seattle's misty shores. Growing up in Capitol Hill was a blend of grit and color. Our parents, Mom, a nurse with a stern nod, and Dad, a chef with warm hands, crafted a life of resilience. Public schools where I filmed stories, temple feasts where we shared pho, a porch where raindrops sparked our dreams. I was the visionary, crafting family videos, my films rallying kin to connect. Kieran was our rock, mentoring Zoe through late shifts, his loyalty a quiet hue. Zoe, his niece, shone with creativity, her storyboards a family gem. But in this city, where Lynn's wisdom ruled the reunion, our dreams were a spark she sought to snuff. Her complaints, my silly films, Zoe's juvenile ideas, were a prelude to this mockery, her fantasy jab a code for dismissal. The first scar came at 14. I filmed a school play, my footage bright with hope for bold narratives. At a family picnic, I shared it, craving Dad's nod. He was praising Lynn's gardening, his eyes elsewhere. A neighbor sniffed, "Too artsy," favoring sports reels. I shelved my camera, the ache a smoldering ember, a pattern Lynn's sneer now fans into flame. In high school, I soared, earning a scholarship to University of Washington for film studies, my short films winning city grants. But family gatherings dimmed my light beside Kieran's caregiving or Lynn's traditional tales. At 16, I raised $5,000 for a youth film camp, featured in the Seattle Times. At Lunar New Year, Zoe's art prize stole the stage, my camp a murmur. "Just video stuff, Ava," Mom teased, her grin cold but fleeting. I vowed to shine, my passion for film a molten core. After college, I launched a film studio in 2020, climbing to $80,000 by 2025, forging ties with Mrs. Ramsey, whose media empire shaped my craft. I kept my expertise veiled, filming family events to mentor kids like Zoe, whose storyboards echoed mine. Lynn's mockery, dismissing my films as childish while clutching her phone, was a racist jab, assuming my Vietnamese-American dreams lacked depth. Zoe's reunion, her chance to bond, is marred by this scorn, her confidence at risk. This living room, Zoe's vases, is my breaking point. I arrived at 9 a.m., setting up decor, the cottage buzzing with laughter and clinking mugs. Lynn, in a silk dress, mocked my dreams by 10 a.m., her chuckle sharp as she waved off Zoe's praise for my short film. Kieran, a teacher with fire in his veins, pulls me aside, his whisper fierce, "Lynn's wrong, Ava. Your films are art.
What's your move?"
I confide my plan, voice a low spark, "I'll hide her phone in stale crackers, call Ramsey to back my work, make them see." His nod is steel, "Frame it bold, Ava." Lynn's scorn stung Zoe, but my phone holds Ramsey's contact, a flare to illuminate our worth. The family's eyes, kin like Ms. Carter who frowned earlier, flicker with doubt, a canvas set for truth. My studio's films, from memories to masterpieces, hone my edge, but Lynn's motherly clout demands precision. Zoe's hesitant smile, Kieran's steady garland, and Ria's rage fuel my resolve. The living room hums with tension, coffee brewing, glasses clinking. I scan the crowd, spotting Carter's uneasy glance, and Mr. Ruiz, a baker, shifting nervously. Their silence, once neutral, teeters, caught in Lynn's web. Kieran's intel from family elders reveals Lynn's history, sidelining minority voices, impractical masking bias. I clutch my sketchbook, my plan to hide Lynn's phone sharpening. Ramsey's endorsement could elevate my work, her name a shield against Lynn's scorn. The lantern glows, the air thick with unspoken truths. Zoe's eyes meet mine from the couch, her creativity a quiet hue beneath her hurt, urging me forward.
Kieran silenzt pride, Zo's fragile spark, echo in my mind, a call to arms.
My UW fire, once dimmed, burns bright, ready to frame a reckoning. The reunion unfolds, our foe a promise of warmth. I pace the living room, passing photos of past feasts, their joy a call to create. Kieran's late lessons, his fierce texts, ground me. My studio's reels, uplifting young artists, steel me. Ramsey's name, a beacon in my phone, promises a stage where our dreams can reign. I pause by the pantry, its boxes a mirror of Kieran's strength, Zoe's dreams. My phone's glow, Ramsey's contact a lighthouse, lights the path. Lynn's prejudice tried to erase us, but our honor will endure, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, ready to rise through Seattle's frames of justice. April 5, 2026, dawns with a misty Pacific Northwest haze over Seattle's Capitol Hill, the pale light seeping through the blinds of my cozy home studio, its space a fortress of resolve cluttered with storyboards, a glowing laptop, and a steaming mug of jasmine tea. Yesterday's sting in the family cottage's living room, where my mother Mrs. Lynn Nguyen mocked my filmmaking dreams as childish fantasy, still burns like a misfired frame in a vital reel. Lynn's sneer, aimed at me, the only Vietnamese-American woman shaping family memories, was a racist jab that dimmed my niece Zoe's spark and shadowed my cousin Kieran's pride. I'm Ava Nguyen, a 31-year-old filmmaker earning $80,000, my heart a crucible of fury and hope, my sketchbook swapped for a phone pulsing with Mrs. Ramsey's contact, a media mogul who trusts my vision. Today, I'm plotting to hide Lynn's phone in a box of stale crackers at a community film showcase and enlist Ramsey to highlight my short films, exposing Lynn's prejudice. Her bias tried to erase our family's honor, but I'm framing a plan to affirm our worth, not for vengeance, but to paint our dignity in Seattle's canvases of equity. The past 24 hours have been a whirlwind of grit and creativity. After Lynn's mockery, I sat with Zoe in Kieran's dining nook, her hands still over my storyboard sketch, its frames catching the dim glow of a single lamp. My Capitol Hill roots, crafting family videos, facing 2 artsy slights, fuel my plan to text Ramsey, whose media empire could validate my work. My film studio's $30,000 grants give me leverage, but time is a tight cut. Ramsey's in Seattle only until tomorrow for a media summit. Lynn's influence festers. She texted kin post-reunion, framing my films as juvenile, her allies spreading it on the family's group chat. My phone pings with Kieran's text, Zoe's down Ava. Lynn's texts are spreading. What's the move? I reply, lunch, 1 p.m., Oddfellows Cafe. I'm on it. His response, you're our frame. Shoot sharp. At 10 a.m., I scour my film portfolio, my laptop open to my short films. Vibrant narratives, community stories, bolstering my pitch to Ramsey. A knock breaks my focus. Lila, my studio's event coordinator, her tablet flashing showcase plans, her voice urgent. The showcase is next week, but Lynn's pushing to limit unconventional films, targeting you. She's loud. Move fast. My chest tightens, Lynn's prejudice a scratched reel, her fantasy jab a steel wall to Zoe's spark. Draft Ramsey's invite, I say, handing Lila her contact. I'll tackle Lynn. Lila's nod is fierce, my plan a spark in the haze. At 1 p.m., I stride into Oddfellows Cafe, its rustic tables warm with the aroma of fresh scones and espresso, a Seattle haven pulsing with soul. Kieran, in his teacher's sweater, sits at a booth, his tea steaming, eyes blazing, Lynn's cruel Ava. Her texts have kin whispering. Your play. I lay out my strategy. Text Ramsey to feature my films at the showcase, hide Lynn's phone in a box of stale crackers to disrupt her smug control, and confront her bias with a petition at a community board meeting next week. Go fierce, Kieran urges, breaking a scone, his voice iron. Lynn thinks she owns the reunion. show you run the reel. I recall Lynn's chuckle, her racism a public wound. Phone's locked, I say, my voice a steady frame. Ramsey knows my films. Kieran's grin is a torch, you're Zoe's shield, Ava. Back at my studio, I craft a message to Ramsey, my fingers trembling, Lynn's words a glitch in my thoughts. The showcase, set for April 11th at Seattle Art Museum, is my lens, a chance to reframe our family's narrative. I text Kin, support my films at the showcase, April 11th, 5 p.m. lift our honor. Kieran replies, we're all in. Lynn's texts loom, shared by her cousin allies, painting my work as silly, but my phone holds Ramsey's number, a lifeline. The family's whispers grow. Kin, like Ms. Carter, who frowned yesterday, now pause at gatherings, caught in Lynn's web. Her group chat posts, once subtle, now wield family clout, hinting at classic traditions to curb stunts like my films, a threat to our creative dignity. Zoe's quiet sketching this morning, her pencil still, weighs like lead, her confidence bruised by Lynn's scorn. My studio's films, from memories to masterpieces, hone my precision, but Lynn's motherly sway tests it. Lila's research reveals her decades as family matriarch, her sister's arts council role boosting her influence. Kieran's intel from family elders uncovers Lynn's history, sidelining minority talents, impractical masking bias. I study my film reels, their stories a shield of success, my plan to make Ramsey's endorsement louder than Lynn's lies. The showcase must draw the district, from Carter's bookstore to Ruiz's bakery, to unravel her venom. I revisit the reunion, our foe a triumph, Zoe's pain a shadow, fueling my fire. The cottage's living room, once Zoe's stage, now echoes with Lynn's scorn, her allies eyeing the board meeting to tighten control. I draft a petition, gathering Kin's signatures, Carter's cautious, Ava's legit, Ruiz's firm, her films are fire, building a case for the board fight. My UW fire, once dimmed, blazes, ready to frame Lynn's downfall. The afternoon fades, Seattle's haze a pulse beneath my plan. I walk Capitol Hill streets, passing murals of artists and hope, their colors a call to create. Kieran's loyalty, his fierce texts, steel me. Lila's coordination, logging my reels, sparks hope. Ramsey's name, a beacon in my phone, promises a platform where our legacy can reign. I pause at our old temple plaza, its tiles holding Kieran's laughter, Zoe's dreams. The evening settles, the city's hum a rhythm of defiance. I linger by my desk, the cottage a distant memory, its pantry a battlefield. Zoe's sketches, Kieran's steady hands, pulse in my mind, a spark for the showcase. Lynn's prejudice tried to erase us, but our honor will endure, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, poised to shine through Seattle's screens of truth. April 11, 2026, pulses with a crisp spring dawn over Seattle's Art Museum, its grand atrium a radiant stage for the community film showcase, the air rich with the scent of fresh croissants and the vibrant hum of a string quartet under twinkling skylights. I'm Ava Nguyen, a 31-year-old filmmaker earning $80,000, standing by a screen displaying my short films, heart pounding like a reel in a critical cut, my phone warm with a text from Mrs. Ramsey, a media mogul who trusts my vision. A week ago, my mother Mrs. Lynn Nguyen mocked my filmmaking dreams as childish fantasy, a racist jab that dimmed my niece Zoe's spark. They see me as a family artist, blind to my film studio and Ramsey's endorsement. Yesterday, Lynn escalated, texting Kin to dismiss unconventional showcase entries, targeting my films. Today, with Zoe arranging my storyboards, I'm poised to hide Lynn's phone in a box of stale crackers and have Ramsey hail my films, and to confront her bias at a community board meeting tomorrow, not to crush her, but to make our honor a spark that ignites Seattle's equity. The past week has been a crucible of strategy and light. After Lynn's juvenile texts, I texted Ramsey, leveraging my studio's $30,000 grants to secure her keynote role. She reviewed my short films, vibrant narratives, community stories, and agreed to speak, but Lynn's sway tightened. She rallied cousin allies, pushing to exclude my screen, her classic jab a veiled slight at my Vietnamese-American expertise. Kieran's intel showed Kin like Ms. Carter wavering, chilled by Lynn's frost. My phone pings with Kieran's text, Zoe's nervous, Ava. Lynn's smirking. Ready. I reply, 5 p.m., atrium. We'll shine. His response, you're our frame. Shoot true. At 2 p.m., I met Ramsey at the museum's prep area, her blazer crisp, eyes keen as she watched my film reel, praising its emotional depth. "This is mastery," she said, drafting a speech. Lila, my event coordinator, texted. Lynn's texts hit the chat. "Kin are split, Carter's leaning our way. Board meetings tense tomorrow. Prep tight." My jaw clenches, Lynn's bias a scratched reel, her fantasy jab a steel wall to Zoe's spark. At 5 p.m., the showcase ignites, filmmakers presenting across the atrium, the crowd's murmurs a rising tide. Zoe, in a teal scarf, arranges my storyboards, Kieran beside her, his hands steady, their bond a quiet screen. Lynn, in a silk dress, clutches her phone by her booth, her smirk a blade, allies whispering. I slip past, heart racing, and hide her phone in a box of stale crackers, its lid tucked away. Ramsey takes the stage, voice like polished glass. Ava Nguyen's films are a masterpiece, blending cultural soul with cinematic flair, worthy of any festival. She cues my reel, the crowd gasping, clapping, Zoe's eyes glistening, Kieran's stance tall. "This is no fantasy, it's Seattle's future," Ramsey declares, eyeing Lynn, who fumbles for her phone, her face contorting, allies stunned. I grip my sketchbook, Lynn's texts a fading echo, my resolve a blazing frame. The atrium surges, families crowding Zoe, their phones recording my films, clips flooding social media, 90,000 views in minutes. Carter, once hesitant, hugs Kieran, her nod firm. "Ava's our star." Mr. Ruiz, a baker, claps, his gruff its fire a quiet win. My studio's films, memories to masterpieces, sharpen my edge, but Lynn's family clout looms, her sister's arts council role fueling her sway. Kieran's fierce glance, Lila's steady tablet, keep me grounded, their support a flare in the dusk. Zoe's proud nod, Kieran's steady grip, ignite my fire, their bond a platform of defiance. At 7 p.m. the next day, I stride into the community center's boardroom for the board meeting, its oak table stark under fluorescent hum, 50 kin and locals packed into folding chairs. Lynn, flustered, projects her texts, touting classic traditions. I take the mic, voice a clear blaze. Lynn mocked my dreams for my race, wounding Zoe's spark. I run a film studio, Ramsey's endorsement and this petition prove our worth. I raise 25 signatures, Carter's bold, kin murmuring, some roaring, Zoe's eyes bright, Lila filming. Board chair Ms. Ellis jots notes, her gaze sharp. Lynn rises, voice a jagged edge. "This is a stunt, Ava. Your films are childish. Standards honor real art, not bias." Her allies nod, a member frowning, murmurs rippling. Her jab, echoing my too artsy youth, stings, but I'm armed, Lila passing 12 kin letters praising my films, decrying bias. "These demand fairness," I say, projecting names, Ruiz's scroll prominent. Ramsey's speech is verified, check her summit archives. The room crackles, Ellis calling a vote, review Lynn's actions. 4 of 7 raise hands, Lynn's glare a dying ember, her allies hushed. The vote falls short, but an inquiry into Lynn's conduct passes 5-2, her sway fracturing. Zoe grips my arm, eyes alight, "You filmed for us, Aunt Ava." Kieran hugs me, voice fierce, "We're unstoppable." My Capitol Hill slights, once embers, fuel this breakthrough. My phone holds Ramsey's text, "Our honor a comet." Lynn's bias lingers, she's rallying council allies, hinting at curated art. But the showcases fire and the inquiries spark light our path. Kieran's nod, Lila's tablet, and Carter's cheer steady me. The community's frost thaws, kids mimic my shots, kin nod at markets, but Lynn's ties demand vigilance. My studio's pulse, from stories to success, drives my aim, but her connections loom. My film's clarity, replayed in my mind, frames like a victor's cut, a flair for tomorrow's stand. The evening deepens, the atrium's echo a pulse of triumph. I linger by my film screen, its frames sharp under skylight, their stories a map of resolve. Zoe's creativity, her fierce texts, fortify me. Kieran's loyalty, his bold support, anchors me. Lila's coordination, charting my rise, sparks hope. Ramsey's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, her stage a shield for our legacy. I pause by the showcase's main display, its reels holding Zoe's dreams, Kieran's faith. My phone's light, Ramsey's contact a lodestar, charts the course. Lynn's prejudice tried to erase us, but our honor endures, a blaze of our family's worth, poised to shine Seattle's tapestries of valor. April 18, 2026, shimmers with a golden late spring glow over Seattle's Capitol Hill, the community center courtyard a vibrant stage for a youth film festival, its air alive with the scent of warm pastries, the pulse of a folk band, and the cheers of neighbors gathered around screening booths under canopies of blooming dogwoods. I'm Ava Nguyen, a 31-year-old filmmaker earning $80,000, standing by a banner-draped display of storyboards, heart steady yet ablaze like a perfectly framed reel, my phone buzzing with a Seattle Times headline, Filmmaker's Vision Redefines Family Pride. Last week's film showcase, where Mrs. Ramsey hailed my short films and I hid my mother Mrs. Lin Nguyen's phone in a box of stale crackers, shattered her racist dismissal of my dreams. My board meeting speech, backed by Ramsey's endorsement and 25 signatures, sparked a 5-2 inquiry into Lynn's bias. Yesterday, the community board issued Lynn a formal reprimand, curbing her family clout. Today, with Zoe's storyboards gleaming, I'm forging a path to cement our triumph at this festival, countering Lynn's fading prejudice and uniting our community, not to bury her, but to make our honor a beacon that lights Seattle's canvases of equity. The past week has been a forge of resilience and creativity. After Lynn's curated art texts targeted my films, I rallied kin, leveraging my studio's $30,000 grants to amplify Ramsey's acclaim, now at 120,000 views. The board's inquiry found Lynn's remarks discriminatory, recommending sensitivity training, her influence unraveling. Her group chat posts, hinting at classic traditions, stirred allies, but kin like Ms. Carter shared my showcase clip, thawing her frost. My phone pings with Kieran's text, Zoe's glowing, Ava. Lynn's quiet, but her allies murmur. Festival tonight. I reply, 6 p.m. courtyard. We'll shine. His response, you're our frame. Shoot bold. At 10 a.m., I draft a scholarship proposal, my laptop open to Unity Networks funds, $40,000 now, fueled by showcase buzz, for a $10,000 film camp in Zoe's name, aimed at mentoring young creators like her. Lila arrives, her tablet flashing festival plans, her voice electric. The Times wants a Zoe feature, 150,000 views. Carter's baking pastries, Ruiz's setting up booths. Lynn's allies are mute. My chest expands, Lynn's bias a fading glitch, her fantasy jab a distant echo.
Spritze invites, Isai, handing lila fleurs.
I'll prep Zoe. Lila's nod is fierce, our plan a vibrant cut. At 1 p.m., I visit Zoe and Kieran at their home, its porch warm with potted ferns, Zoe sketching storyboards, Kieran sorting props, their bond a quiet screen. My storyboards got kids filming, Zoe says, eyes bright, Kieran smile soft, you're our star. I outline my strategy, rally kin at the festival, present Ramsey's endorsement and a petition with 30 signatures, and push for inclusive family arts at a final board hearing next week. Go fierce, Kieran urges, joining us, his sweater crisp. Lynn tried to erase us, show your films are unstoppable. I recall Lynn's flustered search, her racism a public scar. Phone's secure, I say, my voice a steady reel.
The festival's our stage.
Zoe's grip is firm, you're our director, Aunt Ava. At 3 p.m., I stop by Carter's house, her yard fragrant with lavender, her laugh warm, my pastries are for Zoe Ava. Ruiz, mentoring youth, signs the petition, his tale of Lynn's snubs against minority talents fueling my fire. Their warmth, once cautious, smothers Lynn's chill, her reprimand quelling her council allies, though whispers hint she's lobbying for traditional events. My studio's films, memories to masterpieces, drive my precision, but Lynn's motherly ties linger, her sister's council role a fading threat. At 6 p.m., the courtyard thrums, 400 kin cheering, kids showcasing storyboards, booths laden with pastries, pho, and Kieran's sesame dumplings. Zoe, in a teal scarf, presents her storyboard, its frames a spark of brilliance, Kieran filming, his phone glinting. I take the mic, voice a clear flare, Lynn mocked my dreams for my race, wounding Zoe's spark. I run a film studio, Ramsey's endorsement and your 30 signatures prove our worth. This camp lifts our youth.
I reise Petition, Roh is Rohring, Carter Klepping, Lila Filming.
The Times snaps photos, the band's folk tunes weaving through, kids crowding Zoe, her storyboard a star under dogwoods. Lynn's absence, her porch dark across the park, marks her fall, the board's inquiry, now viral, shifting tides. Chair Ellis attends, pledging, "We're revising arts for equity." Carter hugs Zoe, "You're our champ."
Roes reises a glas, tu Kirans strengt.
The festival's glow, dogwoods, folk, cheers, drowns Lynn's frost, the camp launching with Ramsey's $5,000 pledge. Kieran pulls me aside, "You reshaped Capitol Hill, Ava, but Lynn's allies want a vote to block reforms." My Capitol Hill slights, once embers, blaze this victory. My phone holds Ramsey's text, "Our honor a supernova." The night deepens, the courtyards pulse a rhythm of hope. I walk the screening booths, banners fluttering under lantern light, their frames a call to create. Zoe's creativity, her fierce texts, fortify me. Kieran's loyalty, his bold support, anchors me.
Lilas Koordination, Charting zos Reis, Sparks Hope.
Ramsey's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, her platform a shield for our legacy. I pause by Zoe's storyboard booth, it sketches a mirror of Kieran's love, Zoe's dreams. By April 25, Lynn steps back, Ellis leads the community, arts open, Zoe mentors youth, my studio's fund hits $50,000. I stand by the booth, phone in hand, my legacy not just $50,000, but a family restored, a community reborn, our honor a comet against prejudice's shadow.
Ramsey E-Mails, Jure unstoppable.
My UW fire, once dimmed, burns eternal, a testament to vision. The courtyard once tense, hums as one, Carter's pastries, Ruiz's cheers, Kieran's dumplings, Zoe's sketches, a chorus of worth, our family's legacy a timeless reel. The festival softens, dogwoods swaying in the breeze. I linger by the storyboard booth, Zoe's art a steady pulse in my heart, a spark for the hearing. Lynn's prejudice tried to erase us, but our triumph rises, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, woven into Seattle's vibrant frames of justice. May 2, 2026, radiates with a vibrant spring dawn over Seattle's Capitol Hill, the community center's grand hall a resplendent stage for a cinematic legacy gala, its air woven with the savory scent of fresh spring rolls, the soulful pulse of a jazz trio, and the cheers of neighbors packed into rows of plush seats under gleaming crystal chandeliers. I'm Ava Nguyen, a 31-year-old filmmaker earning $80,000, standing by a display of youth film awards, heart soaring like a perfectly edited reel, my phone alight with a Seattle Times headline, "Filmmakers' Vision Unites Community Pride." Last month's Youth Film Festival, where my niece Zoe Nguyen showcased her storyboards, sealed our triumph over my mother Mrs. Lin Nguyen's racist dismissal of my dreams as childish fantasy. My petition, fueled by Mrs. Ramsey's endorsement and 30 signatures, ignited a 5-2 board inquiry, leading to Lynn's reprimand and withdrawal. Yesterday, the community board voted 8-0 to expand inclusive family arts, opening Seattle's gatherings fully. Today, with Zoe's storyboard framed beside a scholarship plaque, I'm weaving a final frame of unity, restoring our family and community, not to erase Lynn's legacy, but to make our honor a flame that kindles Seattle's equity. The past week has been a crucible of healing and vision. After Lynn's curated art push rallied her council allies, I harnessed my studio's $30,000 grants, amplifying Ramsey's acclaim, now at 200,000 views. The board's reforms, mandating diverse arts and youth programs, silenced Lynn's allies. Her withdrawal, citing personal reflection, marked their retreat. My phone buzzes with Kieran's text, "Zoe's a star, Ava. Lynn's history. Gala tonight." I reply, 7 p.m., Hall. We'll shine. His response, "You're our frame.
Shoot eternal."
At 10 a.m., I draft a mentorship program proposal, my laptop open to Unity Network's funds. $50,000 now, fueled by festival grants, for a $12,000 film academy in Zoe's name, aimed at nurturing young creators like her. Lila arrives, her tablet glowing with gala plans, her voice electric, the Times profiling Zoe, 300,000 views. Carter's cooking spring rolls, Ruiz's donating plaques.
Lynn's Gone.
My chest lifts, Lynn's bias a faded glitch, her fantasy jab a faint murmur. Spread the invites, I say, handing Lila banners. I'll prep Zoe. Lila's grin is a flare, I'll plan a radiant cut. At 1 p.m., I visit Zoe and Kieran at their home, its kitchen warm with the scent of fresh pho, Zoe refining her storyboard, Kieran sorting props, their bond a luminous screen. My sketches are inspiring kids, Zoe says, eyes alight, Kieran's nod fierce, you're our heart. I share the academy plan, detailing its support for youth like Zoe. Kieran's smile is steady, Zoe's voice eager, we'll teach them, Aunt Ava. Lila joins us, her blazer crisp, you crushed Lynn, Ava. Your films are unstoppable. My folder, once clutching Ramsey's contact, overflows with kin letters. Carter lauding my reels, Ruiz decrying Lynn's bias. The Times headline, Honor ends artistic bias, trends, neighbors rallying, even Ms. Harper, once Lynn's ally, nodding at the cafe. At 3 p.m., I stop by Carter's house, her porch fragrant with rosemary, her smile warm, my spring rolls are for Zoe Ava. Ruiz, coaching youth, pledges academy funds, his story of Lynn's slights against minority talents stoking my resolve. Their warmth once dimmed, buries Lynn's frost, her withdrawal fading her council clout, though whispers hint she's advising a rival showcase. My studio's pulse, stories to success, fuels my aim, Lynn's shadow gone, her sister's council role a spent relic. Carter's clasp, Ruiz's nod, spark hope, Zoe's our artist. At 7 p.m., the hall pulses, 600 neighbors cheering, kids showcasing storyboards, tables laden with spring rolls, dumplings, and Kieran's sesame noodles. Zoe, in a teal scarf, presents her storyboard's new scenes, its frames a storm of brilliance, Kieran presenting her plaque, his pride a radiant hue. I speak, voice a clear chord, Lynn mocked my dreams for my race, wounding Zoe's spark. I run a film studio, Ramsey's endorsement and your 30 signatures proved our worth. This academy builds our future. I raise the petition, Ruiz roaring, Carter clapping, Lila filming. The Times snaps photos, the trio's jazz weaving through, kids crowding Zoe, her storyboard a star under chandeliers. The board's reforms, announced by Chair Ellis, seal our victory, funding $70,000 for youth programs.
Carter hux Kieran, Jure our soul. Roes reises a glas, tutsos art.
The gala's warmth, chandeliers, jazz, cheers, drowns Lynn's chill, the academy launching with Ramsey's $8,000 pledge.
Kieran puls emel aside, Jure schept sie ettel, ava.
Zoe's free. I recall my Capitol Hill slights, my 2 artsy reels, now fueling this triumph. My phone holds Ramsey's text, our honor a galaxy.
The night deepens, the halts energy a pulse of Reneval.
I walk the award rows, plaques glinting under crystal light, their frames a call to create. Zoe's creativity, her fierce texts, fortify me. Kieran's loyalty, his bold support, anchors me.
Lilas Koordination, charting zos Ascent, sparks hope.
Ramsey's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, her platform a shield for our legacy. I pause by Zoe's framed storyboard, it sketches a mirror of Kieran's love, Zoe's dreams. By May 9th, Lynn exits Capitol Hill, Ellis leads the community, arts thrive, Zoe mentors youth, my studio's fund hits $80,000. I stand by the display, phone in hand, my legacy not just $80,000, but a family restored, a community reborn, our honor a supernova against prejudice's void.
Ramsey calls, Jure a force.
My UW fire, once dimmed, burns eternal, a testament to vision. The hall once fraught, hums as one. Carter's spring rolls, Ruiz's cheers, Kieran's noodles, Zoe's sketches, a chorus of worth, our family's legacy a timeless frame. The gala fades, chandeliers casting a soft sheen.
I linger by the storyboard display, zos art a vibrant hum in my heart, a flame for eternity.
Lynn's prejudice tried to erase us, but our triumph rises, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, etched into Seattle's enduring canvas of valor. Thank you for joining this journey. Share your stories of honor and justice below, and if this tale resonated, give it a thumbs up. Worth blooms from prejudice's ashes.